I guess it has been quite a while already. We haven't get any updates. Now this is a good time for us to have 1 hour session with Desmond. Please stay with him. If you have any question, you can actually unmute your phone, unmute your mic, and then ask Desmond to go through again, especially licensing and competitive info. Without further ado, Desmond, I'll pass over to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. So, as Jason said, I'll be going through this presentation for 1 hour. And if everyone can mute their, their phone, their speakers, and so on, that would be much appreciated. So, like what Jason mentioned, this will be a Commvault introduction to people who are new, and also I would say some a little bit of update on the people that's already familiar with Commvault. Now, through this presentation, if you need any question, please do stop me. I'll take some time off to explain and further give some further explanation on what you need to know. One thing about Commvault, previously every 3 months we will introduce a new service pack. We no longer do versioning. Versioning will come every 3 years or so when a big major change happens. So think of it as Microsoft. So Microsoft, you got Windows 10, so and so forth, Windows XP, right? We only release new major release every few years now. Any update will be done under called service pack every 3 months. And now we actually changed the name from service pack to feature pack. So we call it FP for the engineers out there. Okay. So as an introduction to Commvault, we have to go through what we see in the data center first to understand what is backup, what is data management. So if you see this screen, I apologize if you see it before, if you've been through my presentation, but this is very important. On the left, you actually see in some data centers 10 years ago, where applications are very silo-based. So every application you deploy, you actually use its own servers, its own database, its own storage. Now, this is very inefficient, it's very expensive, and it's a very long time to deploy, very inflexible. Now, moving forward, you go into a virtualization kind of environment, virtual environment, where things are deployed in VM, shared resources. Okay, wait 1 moment, guys. I'll try to mute everyone from my end and see if I can. I'll mute all. Let's see. Okay. So you see virtualization being deployed in a lot of environments right now, if you go into a lot of customers. Now, moving forward again, what's the next step? The next step is actually cloud. Cloud is actually just virtualized servers that you don't own. It's as a service. So if you see cloud users out there, what you might be wondering, what is cloud? People is talking about cloud quite a lot. It's basically just virtual servers owned by someone else. You have to rent it from them. And how I charge you is very simple. I charge by meter. You use 10 hours this month, I charge you 10 hours. You use 20 hours this month, I charge you 20 hours. Simple as that. Now, there's one more part of IT trend that people are adopting right now. You don't see it here. It is actually called something containers, containerization. So if you hear things like Docker, Kubernetes, okay, these are actually containers. These are what we actually call loosely coupled but tightly integrated infrastructures. Okay, it's mostly done by what you call developers. Infra people are no longer important in containers. Okay. Now, sorry. Why I show this is because it's important for us to know that in the market, right? If customers want to deploy backup solution for the left, they have to go buy solution A. If they want to deploy solution for virtualization, they have to deploy solution B. If they want to back up cloud, they have to buy solution C. different product, right? Different product in an environment is not good. We want one integrated product. That is why Commvault, I don't care you deploy a very old server, a very old OS, you deploy virtualization, you deploy cloud, you deploy container, I don't care what you deploy, Commvault only has one product, one solution, right? Now, moving forward, what Commvault is trying to do is that we are trying to simplify everything. We try to streamline all our processes. And of course, we want to scale in terms of business and also in terms of solutioning, right? Now, this is the core of Commvault. What separates us from other, I would say, other kind of brands. We run everything on a single index. So a single index here is very simple. It means that I don't care what you deploy it for. You can deploy us for an AIX solution. You can deploy us for hardware recovery. You can deploy us for cloud, virtualization, laptop, desktop. We run off a single index. We don't have multiple indexing. Okay. So later on, when we move forward, I'll actually tell you what indexing means and why is it important for a customer, right? Now, in short, what do? We back up and protect physical and virtual servers. We back up desktops and laptops. We also back up OS and file system level. So OS here means system state. You want to do bare metal recovery. Okay, we allow you to do that. But more importantly is we allow you to back up applications consistently. Okay, so again, later on I'll show you what this means when I say we can back up this application. I can back up Oracle RMAN. I can back up DB2. I can back up MySQL. What does it mean when Commvault say they can back up? Right. Now, how we back it up? We back up by streaming file backup. We also provide host and private video and compression. This is already in the software. You don't have to buy extra hardware, extra gateway just to do video. Okay. We also provide what we call storage array snapshot. If customer has, let's say 20 terabytes, they want to back up, they want to protect. But 20 terabytes will take you maybe 10 hours or 15 hours. Customers said that's unacceptable to us. That's too long. So we leverage something called snapshot. Snapshot can actually back up a 20 terabyte environment in less than 10 minutes. So it's very powerful. Another thing we do is replication. Okay. And where do we protect it? As a reseller, as a distributor, how can you solution Commvault? Do I need to provide a certain kind of hardware? Do you only support HP or do you support block level storage only? Can you back up from NAS? Can you back up to a NAS? So it doesn't matter. Customer can use any kind of primary array. We can back it up to any secondary disk, any brand, and any protocol. You can propose a NAS, you can propose a SAN, you can propose object storage, VTL, or even physical tape. Commvault does not care about the protocol. We will convert the protocol for you. The best thing is Commvault does not charge you. If you want to back up to the first NAS, and then you want to tape it up to 20 tapes, Commvault does not charge. Okay, later on we'll talk about the licensing to have a clearer picture, but you can propose basically any kind of solution you want. We will follow it. Right? Okay, if there are no questions here, I'll move forward to the next slide. So this is what we call integration and support matrix for Commvault. When Commvault say that we support a certain brand or a certain solution or a certain application, it means that Commvault will have a special agent installed just to talk to that application. We will install an agent in every server, in every VM. Now, what this agent do is, before we do a backup, we will talk to whatever application you install, Exchange, any database, MySQL, or any brand you see here, Oracle, SAP, SAP HANA, Postgres. When this agent is installed, we can back it up without corrupting the database. When you do a recovery, we make sure that all data can be recovered, number one. Number two is we provide granular recovery. So granular recovery, I'll talk a little bit about this later on. Okay, but the key thing is this. When you see the logo here, and when Commvault say we support it, there is no scripting. No scripting means that we don't hire a programmer later on, right, to sit down there and type out a programming code to say that, please run this backup now. I have 20 database in this server, please back up 20 database. Tomorrow you add another 2 database in the same server. The programmer have to write again, please include these 2 database. No, it's auto discovery for Commvault. Automatic discovery, automatic backup. Okay. So next thing we want to talk about is, okay, you say that when you support all the applications, you need to install agent. I have heard in the tender or in the market that there's something called agentless backup. Can Commvault support it? No problem. So anytime we talk about VM, hypervisor support, it is agentless. Okay. So what do we support when we say agentless backup? On the left, you see all our private hypervisors. VMware, Hyper-V, that's everyone can do. In the market, if you want to do backup, you got to do VMware, Hyper-V. But what we also support is everything else. Nutanix, AHV, Acropolis, OpenStack, Oracle VM, REST, Zen, Docker, that's containers, even Huawei, Fusion Compute, Azure Stack. Azure Stack is basically taking Azure into your data center. On the right is what we call public cloud. So public cloud is things that are in something as a service. So we support Azure, Amazon, Oracle, Google Cloud. Actually, there's a few more I didn't even list down. We now support Oracle Cloud. Oracle is already there, sorry. Yeah. And what's that? Ali Cloud. Sorry, Ali Cloud is the one we support. Okay. Again, when we say we support, means that no need to script. This is agentless backup. Okay. Now, next thing I want to talk about is, okay, you support all those clouds, all those hypervisors. But I also hear that Veeam also support that. I also hear people like, let's say, Veritas support that also. What makes Commvault a little bit more special? Even if a competitor say they support, right? There's one thing a bit more special with us is we allow you to do conversion. Conversion here is very special. It means that customer in the market, VMware is the most used hypervisor in the market. But VMware is quite expensive. So what we allow customers to do is, let's back up VMware from their production environment, but allow them to restore as Hyper-V. Allow them to restore as Acropolis. Allow them to restore as, what do you call that? Amazon. Okay. Why do we want to do this? Why do we offer this solution? The good thing is this. Number one, cut down their license on VMware. Keep your VMware license for production, but VR, UAT, do you need VMware? Maybe Hyper-V is good enough. Hyper-V is free, and it's about 70–80% as good as VMware. Number two, use it as a migration tool. Customers are now ready to move up from major platforms. We will help them migrate your workload from VMware to something else. If you have customers saying that I want to explore cloud, I want to take my on-prem workload, go into cloud. Hey, SI, Mr. Partner, can you help me or not? Why not? I don't touch your production environment. I use your backup copy to migrate to cloud. That's a very good story. Okay. So this is one of the few things that Commvault right now offers. I don't see anyone in the market offering this yet. Okay. The next thing, let's move forward. Now, I mentioned earlier about granular recovery. So when you have an agent and you talk to the environment, we allow something called granular recovery. So what granular recovery allows you to do is you can choose what you want to restore. You don't have to restore the whole VM. You don't have to restore the whole server. What if in that VM, I just want to restore one file, one folder, or in the whole database, I just want to do table restore. Okay, SharePoint, can I restore at document level or the file level? Sure. Or Exchange, can I restore just one mailbox or even better, one attachment? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So Commvault allows you to do granular recovery for many things, right? Okay. So moving forward, a lot of customers we see are moving into the cloud, especially in ASEAN market. Now, the good thing about ASEAN market, I would say, is that it's not so mature in cloud yet. So when I say not so mature, means that customers themselves not too sure what they can do with cloud. They know cloud is there, but what can they do with cloud? Number two is how can they move to cloud? If you jump straight into cloud, it's like jumping into the pool. It's very deep. You might drown. So what we do is that we take baby steps with customers first. There are about 3 to 4 major steps. I'll actually show you the journey, what we can talk to customers about cloud. So the first one is, of course, replace your tape. Customers nowadays use tape for long-term storage. They want to keep data for compliance for 7 years, 10 years, 20 years. Okay, tape is good. In terms of performance, it's very good, but in terms of management, it's terrible. If you want to manage tape across generations, across different libraries, it's very big hassle, not very nice. However, that is where we come in with object storage in the cloud. So the idea of cloud is very simple. We put data into any cloud, any brand, any market right now. The cost is very cheap, quite cheap. However, when you pull the data out from the cloud, that is where they charge you. Okay, so any cloud will follow this kind of pricing. That means that cloud storage is very good for compliance, for archiving, keeping data for a very long time, but don't bring it out again. Compliance, normally you don't bring out data. It's not for quick recovery purpose. It's like I said, for compliance. Keep it because the law requires it, the company requires it, but you are not going to pull it out again. Okay. So what we do is that we can write to any cloud storage. I think right now we support 40 different cloud storage natively. Natively means no scripting again. Also natively means out of the box we support. There is no gateway. There is no appliance. It is API based. Okay. Now, for the technical guys on the call, like I said, we do compression, we do dedupe, right? Data written into cloud is also in dedupe and compressed format. Means that bandwidth we save on the bandwidth. No problem if customer said my bandwidth not good enough. Okay, we actually compress and dedupe before we send. So next thing is that, okay, you can write to the cloud. What if we can help you migrate to the cloud also? Use cloud as a DR service, right? Remember earlier on when we said that Commvault can actually take VMware workload, backup VMware, restore as Azure, restore as AWS. So this is what we do with customers when they want to talk to cloud. I can take maybe 20 servers every day, backup, migrate to the cloud natively. You don't even have to spin up the workload in the cloud itself. Commvault will take care of it. You just tell Commvault what size you want. We will go to the cloud and spin it for you automatically. the software is smart enough, right? So all the format, all the indexing from on-prem, we bring it and convert it to cloud for you, right? Now, next thing, you might encounter customers. I think there's a lot of customers already in the cloud. They already using cloud for the last 2 years. They already have virtual machines. If they don't have virtual machines, they also use something called O365, Exchange 365. They don't keep Exchange on-prem. Everything subscribed by Microsoft. Okay, very cheap, very cost-effective, especially for smaller environments, smaller customers. They are born in the cloud. What can we do to help? We can actually back up all the cloud workload for them. You want to put it in the same cloud? Sure. You want to bring it on-prem? Also can. Right? We give them the flexibility. What if the cloud crash? What if your Exchange cannot access online? Be it network issue, be it cloud provider issue. What if we can keep a copy for you on-prem so that at least you can still access your email? Okay? That is what we allow them to do. Okay, DR in the cloud, I've already talked about it, right? Now, what if we can migrate to different clouds for you? Today, if you want to go into what we call Azure, because it's cheap, because it's good, what if next month Ali Cloud comes out with a better system, cheaper alternative? They say, okay, I want to put maybe 50% of my workload into Ali, but I'm already in Azure. Can Commvault help? Absolutely. Because like I said just now, we help you migrate the workload natively from one cloud to another cloud. So it's not an issue for us. You don't even have to contact the service provider, the cloud provider. All they have to do is either they do it themselves or even better, they call partners. They call SIs. Please help me do migration. You have the Commvault tool. Then we charge them mandates. Not we, I mean the partners who have to do migration. Okay? So that's what we have on the cloud. And there's also a question, not just to the cloud, but especially in the cloud. They said it might not be secure. How can Commvault help to secure my environment? So one thing we also provide out of the box free is the ability to encrypt your data. So data encryption, we have many protocols available for free. They want key length at 128 or the best at 256. We already provided. Okay, Commvault will manage the keys, public key, private key ourselves. We don't need a third-party product. Okay. And of course, we have to talk about Gartner. Gartner here means that how good your product is, how well developed it is. So Gartner has a chart for nearly everything in IT. You want to talk about laptop servers, virtualization, storage, network, they will have a chart every year. So for Commvault, there's something called a backup and recovery quadrant also. Here you will see who you face in the market and how they measure against each other. So you look at this, you will see 4 quadrants. Now, the more right you go, the better your solution. The higher up you go, the better your after-sales support, your implementation, your support services, so on and so forth. Okay, so as you can see, Commvault is there in 2019 for the leaders quadrant and for the last 8 years. For the last 8 years, if you see, we've been there all the time. Yeah, here you can actually see it. We have been in the same spot, right? Now, previously, if you have used Commvault for the last 6 years, you actually see Commvault as a very messy interface. It's very hard to see, very hard to use, very hard to understand. However, we came out with this web, console. It looks fantastic. It looks exactly like how you see in the cloud, right? Everything is dashboard based. Everything is interactive. It gives you a one-eye view of all you need to know. Everything is SLA based and KPI based. which is what customers are measuring their environment on. Okay. Now, before I go into competition, is there any questions from the group?
That's when you look at the chat.
Okay.
I guess there is some
Yep,
question.
I am looking. Hold on. Okay, baby cartoon, no. Okay. Perpetual subscription, Eddie, I will talk about this after that. Jason, what you mean is P2V, V2. Okay, so PVPP Cloud. Where is this from? Hold on, let me check that.
It's all virtual and virtual migration.
Oh, okay. So I think what you mean here is physical to virtual, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so what we can do is actually also, if customer has Commvault, right, we can back up physical workload, physical machines, because a lot of customers still got legacy machines, convert it into VMware for them or Hyper-V. So make it in a virtual environment for them. Okay. Okay, so let's go back into the deck. Share again. All right, now we go into competition. So for most of the people, they will ask, okay, Commvault is doing backup. Now, who do we face out there? And what kind of capability they have? And how do we measure against that? So this is what you call that, a summary of who we will see out there in the market. As you can see, the main players will be Dell EMC, IBM, very tough. So Dell EMC, we go first. Dell EMC is actually not Dell the one that is fronting the backup parts. It is actually EMC. And when they join together, they actually join the solution together. So EMC, you will see a lot of data domains. You will see Legato, you will see a lot of Avama, so on and so forth. However, you see a pattern emerging with all our competitors. Why got so many products? Why got so many logos? Okay, that is what they do. They, for every solution they want to do, they provide you solution A, solution B, solution C. I want to do compression dedupe. Please buy data domain. I want to do backup. Please buy Avama Legato. Same as IBM. IBM is more of legacy. So a long time ago, when IBM goes in with any kind of solution, they will put in TSM, usually. So you will see a lot of old customers now have TSM. They are actually looking to migrate out of TSM. The problem with TSM is a lot of features not supported. They are very legacy based because they had no choice last time, but right now they are looking for a way out. So it's quite good to actually talk to IBM customers. Very tough, a very, very strong name in backup. It used to be called Symantec, but they also plagued by the same problem. Too many products. You've got backup asset, you've got net backup, you've got appliance, you've got enterprise work just to do archiving. Now, remember earlier on I said different product got different indexing. Same problem the competitor would have. If I put in solution A, it will be index A. Solution B, index B. A and B cannot talk to each other. That's where you have integration issues. That is where you have support issues. And support with our competitor is not so good. the SLA is very, very bad. Now, for Commvault, you see on the left, we only have one product. We only have one solution, which means we only have one indexing. Whatever happens, you call one number, we will fix it for you. Okay. Moving on, you see the smaller products, which is, I'm pretty sure you heard of Vim. Vim is very, very, very good in VMware environment. Problem is, they're kind of stuck in VMware environment. They try to expand out to cloud. They bought over N2WS. They try to expand into physical. They are there, but they cannot scale. So one thing with Vim is that it's a very quick and easy product to use, but if your environment is big, enterprise, complicated, and a lot of products mixed together, Vim will perform very, very badly. Okay. Now, Rubrik and Cohesity. These are the very, very new players in the market, new in Southeast Asia. Okay. They do one thing very good, hyperscale. They can do scale out very, very, very well. No one can go near them in terms of scale out technology. What you call that? No single point of failure. Yeah. However, ask them if they can back up MySQL. Ask them if they can convert into public cloud workload. Ask them if they can back up Acropolis, if they can back up all the databases, all the cloud workloads. They will tell you, no, we cannot. Ask them if can back up Mailbox. Mailbox is very easy. I want to back up all the mails in my company. They cannot. Okay, they have to use third-party software. So use the experience of Commvault to go against Rubrik and Cohesity. Okay, so any questions about the competitors, more about competitors before I go on to more of like sales plays and solutioning?
This one, there is some question in the chat.
Okay, physical to physical, how to compare the active image backup? What about StorageCraft? Okay, yes, StorageCraft and active image and Acronis is very much an imaging software. Imaging software takes an image and lets you run a golden image of it. However, it's not really called backup and archive. So backup and archive is different from imaging. Imaging is to, like I said, you take an image, golden image. Whatever you spin up new machine, you choose from this image. But we are doing backup. We want to put back the same backup into this machine. We want to only restore a certain thing from this backup. Okay, I don't want to restore whole image, correct? That's where they can't catch up. We use it for two different scenarios, right? StorageCraft, same thing. StorageCraft, what is their product called? Sorry, the company called. Can't remember, but they are also imaging software. We are doing backup and recovery. Okay, and one more thing we do very well is, like I said, not just image. Yeah, this sector backup. But what about the applications? Applications from the production. I just want to restore a table space. I want to clone this database for UAT dev test environment. We can actually do granular recovery, right? Okay. 1 minute. Right? If you need to know more, Jason and the rest, I'll send over more details in terms of how we compare towards imaging and backup software. Right. Now, this is something that I came up with when we were doing a demand boost scenario play for our partners in Singapore. This is to identify scenarios and sales plays if we meet this kind of customer with this kind of environment. So some of the customers we see still has what you call older organizations with legacy systems. So legacy system here, unfortunately, some logos are quite sensitive. People that's using huge Oracle data farms, Unix-based OS, DB2 environments, in some way VMware and Informix environments. VMware, like I said, is very good, but VMware is still considered legacy in terms of hypervisor. Okay, so more than 30 years footprint, much larger organizations, more than 350 people, non-x86 infra, mostly physical machines, VMware workload if any virtualization exists, very disk and tape-based backup. Everything is on-prem, nothing in the cloud. So one of the Commvault things we can talk about is that, okay, I can still back up your legacy systems that you have, or your OS, or your DB. And why not, if you want to modernize your environment, let's talk a little bit about workload migration. We can still back it up, put it on-prem, but as your CIO moves forward, we can help you move together. Okay, let's take some workloads, move off physical. Let's try to move a little bit more into virtual. Okay, so these are mostly on legacy environments. Now, the next one is the total opposite of legacy. This is a full cloud deployment strategy. They are modern, they are born in the cloud, pretty small sometimes, newer organization. So they got agile cloud workloads. Everything is as a service, very OpEx driven. No data centers, no physical hardware. Everything is on-prem. Everything is in the cloud, right? So again, Commvault, we do not care about platform. We don't care you're using what kind of environment. We can be installed in cloud and on-prem. Okay. We can migrate any virtual workload to any cloud. Okay. VMware to something else, Hyper-V to something else. And everything we do is API driven. There is no appliance. Customer says, I don't want to provide service for you, can I? I already got Amazon and Microsoft subscription. Can I spin you in their cloud? No problem. And we do multi-cloud strategy. We can convert workloads for you to another cloud. A lot of what we call new organizations love that. We give them flexibility because cloud pricing can change time to time. They can change as fast as in less than 10 days. Okay, so these companies have to move on to chase together with them, right? So this we can help them with this. Now, yeah, this is the same thing for the cloud. Okay. Another thing we have is open source based workshops. They use non-traditional workload, very new organizations. Traditionally, they use open source software, things like Docker, OpenStack, a lot of Red Hat, MySQL, Postgres, Kubernetes, OpenShift. No scripting, no DB dump for us, and less workload on the DBA. We can actually help them protect their, what you call that, life cycle development for their programming. Okay. Commvault has a what you call agent for all the open source databases, so they don't have to script anything, which they will normally do. If you see any customers with especially Postgres, all this, right, they are now backing up using scripts. Imagine if you can talk to them, say that, look, we take away workload from your DBA. We can actually help you back it up without scripting. That will help them tremendously, quite a bit. So hybrid cloud is what you have in between, which is a lot of people are trying to adopt because it has best of both worlds. There's very little people with full cloud workloads or all on-prem. Right now, the best of both worlds, to strike a balance, is to have some on-prem, some in the cloud. Okay? Again, Commvault can help. We can do on-prem, conversion to cloud. We can also do replication for you. What if you use cloud as a DR, right? Commvault can back up all your VMware image, replicate to cloud, and spin up in the cloud for you. when we spin it up in the cloud, right, the VM is turned off one. So the cloud don't charge you for any VM in the cloud. Okay, we don't turn on any workload unless a DR is triggered. And how do you trigger a DR? You don't even go to cloud to trigger it. You trigger from Commvault. Commvault will take care of everything, right? Any replication, no appliance. Everything is API driven, no gateway, right? Okay. So this is a summary, I would say, a cheat sheet of what you should look at when you see a customer with Commvault. Anything less than 20 VM workloads, VMware and Windows based only Microsoft apps, and they say they don't need application consistency, which means these customers are not willing to spend more than a few thousand ringgit for a backup solution. Add all together, hardware, software, whatever, software, network, everything, less than a few thousand ringgit. The best fit for Commvault is, the more complex is it, the more you have a mix of legacy and cloud, open source. They say they need application consistency and no scripting. That's where we fit very well, especially customers that say they need hundreds of terabytes to petabytes. We can scale to that workload. On the left, they're most probably looking at people like D. On the right, it's a good fit for Commvault. Okay. So, any question on this? Let me check the chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Architecture components. I'll skip this first. I'll come back to this later when I need to. Okay. So this chart is not a marketing chart. It is actually data we collect from every deployment we have in the world. We pull down the reports, and this is what we find out: how much dedupe we get for different workloads. So it's a bit small, but as you can see on the bottom, there's different kind of workloads. On the left, what kind of savings percentage we get. Now, as you can see, from all the way here to here is fairly consistent. It's all above 80% to 97, 98%. So even without an appliance, purpose-built appliance, software alone, we can drive this kind of dedupe savings for customers, right? If you need to share with customers, sure, go ahead. This is live workload, not tested workload, right? Maybe this technical, skip it. Okay. I'll go on to licensing, which is the most important part of, I would say, this whole thing. Now, for licensing, Commvault used to be very complicated. I would say we did very well on that part. Now, we actually simplify it. So all the features I talked about just now, the whole time, it comes down to only two kinds of licensing. So on the left, we license it by front-end terabyte. Front-end terabyte here means that before dedupe, before compression, how big is your workload? What are the size of your servers you want to back up? That's it. You add together everything, all the capacity, you tell us, we will license you like that. Oops, sorry. Again. Or we license by VM sockets / physical. How many physical servers you have? How many VMs or how many sockets you have? That's it. Okay. The optional add-on here is if you want to back up mailbox and laptop, desktop. Laptop, desktop, mailbox, I cannot charge you terabyte because it doesn't make sense. What I can charge you is number of users. How many mailboxes you have? How many laptop users you have? That's it. You got 100, you got 10, you got 5. I charge you by user. Okay. Now, the only caveat is this: if you sell capacity, you cannot mix with instance. You sell instance, you cannot mix with capacity. User can mix with both of them, no problem. Okay. Another thing is, if you sell VM, you cannot mix with socket. If you sell socket, you cannot mix with VM. This is for metering issue. We cannot track which one is VM based, which one is socket based. Okay? You have to choose one or either. Okay, any question on licensing? Okay, no questions? Now, other than this, right, we also have hyperscale. This is our appliance. Okay, we also have orchestrate and activate. So orchestrate is more for database replication, application-based replication. Activate is more for data governance. If you heard of GDPR, you need to check the number and index of all your databases, your file servers and all that. This is what we call activate. Now the use case of orchestrate and activate in Southeast Asia, I will say not a lot yet, right? We will focus more on backup and recovery portion. So all these licenses will take care of everything. They both have the same capability. Front-end terabyte and VM socket physical, same capability, same software. Doesn't matter what you choose to deploy for a small shop environment or for a bank, these two have the same software, same feature. Okay. All right, so this is just to look at what we used to have. I'm pretty sure some of y'all recognize all these SKUs. We don't have that anymore. Okay, it's just simple now. Front-end terabyte, virtual physical. One more thing for you guys. What happened to older customers, existing customer now? They want to add on. How can they buy the licenses now? Very simple. It doesn't matter what they have before, CSIM, MSIM, DPE, DPA, FBR, ABR, whatever. Just tell them what license you want to buy. You want to buy more VM, you want to buy more front end. We just sell the new license to them. Once this new license go into their license key, we convert all the old one to the new one automatically. Our conversion team will automatically convert them from DPE, DPA, FBR, ABR, will convert them to the new licensing. And this is free. All they have to do is just add one license, any kind of license. They want to buy capacity, they want to buy server, they want to buy VM-based license. They can buy just one, we auto convert them. Okay. So, all right. Any questions so far?
Desmond, what about the DR? Let's say customer have the DR, active DR. How does the licensing going about?
Okay, let me show if I can find. Okay, I use this as a example, right? So this is production A, region A is production, region B is DR. However, both is also having active workload. Both is also doing backup. Then we just charge both. Means that region A got 5 terabytes, region B got 2 terabytes. 5 plus 2 is 7. Simple. Or region A got 10 VM, region B got 20 VM, add together 30 VM. Any data center, any place that can do backup is doing backup, we charge them. Any data center that's not doing backup, no license. If it's doing pure DR, okay, region A do backup, we DR to region B, but region B got no DR, no backup. We just charge here. Whoever is doing active backup only. Okay?
Yep.
And one more question also, a few people will be asking, if region B is only DR, right? What if DR happen, a DR exercise or a real DR happen? We swing over. When we swing over, we will use the license from DC, right? DC no longer doing any backup, it will be utilized by the DR. You don't have to tell Commvault. Commvault will auto meter one. As long as the DR side use the same amount of license, we will back up using the same amount of license. We won't double count. Okay.
This one also
Anything
have
else?
somebody have a question in the chat.
Okay. What is SC? Oh, in DC, offline. Okay. Yes, yes, we do. So, 1 minute. Okay, let me minimize this. So your question is, what if the server in data center goes down, the VM I would say. What if the VM goes down? What happened to all the data in, what happened to the VM? So what we can do, remember, we can back it up. We replicate it to DR side, right? And then on the disk, we ingest it back into DR VM. Now Commvault will monitor everything. In case production VM goes down, this will be put up by Commvault. We will do monitoring. So this feature, live sync, is provided by Commvault. Okay. Yeah. Now this is more like, I think you're trying to talk maybe Beam. Beam, there's the replication technology is pretty similar. This should only happen when it's hot DR, correct? That is right. Is there any port requirements from source? Yes. Depending on, there's a lot of port requirements from Commvault. Depending on what environment you use, there's different ports to be utilized. If it's VMware alone, there's 2 ports required. Commvault itself, you can use 1 port, 2 ports, or 3 ports, 8400, 8401, 8403. 8402 will be used for tunneling. So if you need it, please email me. I'll give you the list of ports to be open when we do SQL, when we do VMware kind of backup. You can use Commvault for hot DR or cold DR purposes. There's settings to choose when you want us to fail over. You want us to shut down, do testing, all this, we can. Or you want hot DR immediately, I don't care, when it's shut down, turn on backup in the DR side. So there is different kind of live syncs available for different kind of RPO, for different kind of customers environment, of course. So live sync RPO is more than 1 hour. Live sync direct is scheduled every 15 minutes. Live sync IO, we already have it. We are now at feature pack 18. every 5 minutes. Okay. Any more questions on feature function licensing? Can backup and replication run at the same time? No, because what we are actually doing is Commvault is primarily a backup software. We are backing up first, then replicate. This live sync, direct live sync IO, if you turn it on, right, we are replicating first, then backup. We will do backup. Yes, we'll send over the presentation files over, yeah.
Hi guys, TechData will consolidate all the presentation. We might send you a link so that you can download from there.
The good thing about this is also, right, just to tell you that your production can be VMware, your DR can be something else. This can be a Hyper-V. We can still do replication of the data. This can be Acropolis for Nutanix. This can also be cloud, AWS, Azure, right? We can back it up, bring it over to the cloud for customer. So this is actually using cloud as a DR, right? If you have some customer looking into that, we can absolutely do it, no issues. And like I said, the VM here is shut down all the time. We only turn it on when we require it.
Okay, I guess we are more or less done. Now, Desmond, maybe the last question from me.
Yep.
Maybe can you share a little bit on the ComServe and then media agent sizing for a lot of newcomers come to this call? Just a brief one will do.
Okay, sure thing. So just for a very quick 5-10 minutes explanation, Commvault, no matter how you deploy, will need ComServe. ComServe is the master server, or short form CS. MA is the media agent. Media agent is the workhorse, the one that connects to storage. You will take the data from production, go into MA, and then go into storage. Okay. Now for CS, the sizing is very simple. Number of components in the whole environment. How many servers you want to back up? How many MA you have? This is your size. CS is typically very small. It's always very small. It will never grow very big. Please always try to advocate for virtualized CS. CS, try to go for a virtual environment. MA is the workhorse. It uses the most horsepower. Always try to go for physical if you can, especially when you propose tape. For the technical guys out there, if you want to write to tape, if you want to run LAN-free backup, SAN backup, it has to be a physical server. Cannot be a virtual server. Okay. Now, quick one. If you go online like I did, just Google it. You have all our sizing here. So, home cell sizing, First, of course, is your CS. So CS, you see, everything is T-shirt sizing, small, medium, large, extra large. A small can support up to 225 servers or 100 virtual machines. A medium can go up to 500 servers or 1,000 virtual machines, so on and so forth. As you can see, not very big. Now, media agents, many different flavors. Without going into too deep, go to the first one, standard dedupe. You want to do dedupe, you want to do compression. We measure by back-end size. Back-end size here means how long you want us to keep data, how much data is in the storage. 25 terabytes for extra small, 50, 75, 150, 250. Okay? How much you want this media agent to manage. This media agent is connected to a NAS that will grow to 100 terabytes. If it's 100 terabytes, you propose a large. Okay? Now, again, for the technical guys out there, please, please, please always propose SSD or flash for the DDB. Must always propose. Doesn't matter what it says here, always propose the SSD. If not, customers will come back to you in less than 1 year. Performance will be very bad. Performance for Commvault is 100% based on DDB and index cache for recovery. This is to do backup. This is to do recovery. Okay. If customer said, I don't want to do dedupe, then you go to non-dedupe mode. Okay. See, no DDB, right? DDB is only to do dedupe. So the only reason why we propose non-dedupe mode servers is because we have a lot of partnership now with HP. They are pushing their own store ones to do dedupe. Some customer already got data domain doing dedupe. They already bought the appliance last year. They want to continue using it. Okay. Commvault is just purely doing backup. We don't do dedupe for you. We don't do compression. Okay. Jason, does this cover the question you want?
Yes. So there's some question in the chat also. Maybe we quickly go to ramp it up after answering the chat. Listen, you're in mute mode. We can't hear you.
Hey, sorry, guys. Yes, I have a recorded demo session. I'll send it to you together with the deck for Tech Titan to consolidate. Now, Lukman, we don't talk about read-write speed. We actually talk about IOPS because DDB uses random IOPS to look up the hash table. Okay, so the recommended IOPS is here. However, I think what you are looking at is more of, where is my chat? Yeah, what is the read-write speed for our storage, right? Storage, we don't really care. As long as you don't go below 10K lah. 7.5K, okay, not is considered acceptable, but the best is 10K storage or proposed storage. Okay? SSD is only for the DDB. Please don't provide SSD for the storage itself, the backup storage. It is useless to us. We only need it for the DDB and index cache, right?
Okay, I guess we just overrun for 5 minutes. If you have any question, you can post to Desmond or post to us. We'll consolidate a link and then we'll send to you. This is my pleasure to get Desmond here for today. Thanks a lot, Desmond. So
No
guys,
problem.
Hmm.
If I can, maybe once this thing has died down, the virus thing, plan to come down to have a technical session with, especially the newer partners.
Sure, it'll be very good. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for attending this session. Hope to see you guys once Desmond is in town. Thanks.
Okay, thank you guys.
Desmond, can you help me to pick up all the attendees?
Sure.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, guys,
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye.